457064. Delivered to Marine Rescue Port Kembla, December 4th, 2019. 6.1 hours on the clock, 79 litres of fuel used during the sea trials. As you can see, it's a fairly imposing vessel, even sitting here in the shed with everything folded down on the roof. It's on a nicely built custom alloy trailer from Yamba Welding, 3.5 tonne rated. Got rubber spring suspension, so there's no parts to rust. Land Cruiser hubs, 12-inch disc rotors, Trojan hydraulic brake calipers. Alco IQ7 brake actuator, air over hydraulic, works very well. And the mandatory boat catch, plus winch and safety chain. Platform to stand on, so you can climb back on board the vessel while it's on the ramp if you want to manually release the catch, as Maritime does when they do a single person launch and retrieve. As you can see, we've got a very heavy duty jockey wheel. Awesome piece of kit, one of the best ones I've ever seen. The trailer's jacked up virtually as high as we can have it in practical terms to drain all the water out from under the deck. We leave the bung out of the transom to facilitate that. Previous experience with the wet cobia showed us that you need to have the boat drained and ventilated, otherwise it ends up stinking. Here's a view down the port side. As you can see, the vessel's in the storage shed where it stays unless it's in use. There's Ruth, our person overboard dummy, hanging on the wall. She's always hanging around like that. We have a chock under the left front wheel, that's just to stop the trailer rolling forward against the car when we're hooking and unhooking it. The step ladder here is for access to the port side of the vessel while it's in the shed. Although it's now not the safest way to get on and off the vessel, I'll show you the starboard side shortly. As you can see, the starboard side has a gate. So much easier access, you just stand on the mudguard of the trailer, grab hold of the handrails and pull yourself up. Quite safe and easy to do. Well, here we are on board the vessel. We'll start from the bow. Bow compartment B1 has an anchor, 10 metres of chain, 50 metres of line. Also has a 10 metre black braided mooring line used as the bow line. Here's our P1 port compartment. P1 means it's the port dash locker. Contains, as you can see in there, the Hytera UHF SAFCOM radio in a charger bracket, full Solus PFDs, first aid kit, body hygiene kit and a plastic tube with our charts in it. Starboard side S1, that's starboard dash locker 1, contains an aluminium boarding ladder that's restrained to the rubber strap, have 4 crew PFDs, and our AED and Oxy backpack is in there as well, with the sign on the side indicating that it's on board. Under the port seat, locker P2, port seat locker, contains most of our safety equipment, torches, flare kit, V-sheet, drogue, flashlights, torches, searchlights, drogue line. You also notice that we have a nice Shockwave S5 seat suspension system. Great leap forward from the old vessel. Starboard locker S2, starboard seat locker, contains our toolboxes, 2-man overboard AIS devices, torch, some tools for taking the targa up and down, and general maintenance issues. The helm seat is also an S5 Shockwave kit with a Corbin seat on it. Actually, it's a relaxing seat. I'll take that back. Yeah, reasonably comfortable. Haven't given a real good test yet. Continuing down the vessel, the P3 locker. There's a little side shelf, contains our adjustable boat hook and one of our stainless steel flagpoles with a D flag on it. The rest of the signal flags are actually in the P1 locker in a bag to keep them safe. P4, this is the port box in the transom. It's got 2 fenders in it. In front of it you can see the battery oscillator box. It has our battery oscillators in it. And this locker here, our big box on the floor, which is open and looks like a dog's breakfast at the moment, is actually the battery box. Also contains 4 mooring lines, and at the moment it's got a temporary charger hook up on it, which is why it looks so messy. We will be fitting Anderson plugs to this system, so we use our normal battery charger. S3, which is the starboard transom locker, is unused at the moment. You see our tag here for our starboard fuel shut-off. The port one's over there underneath the battery charger. In the back compartment here you can see our manual bilge pump and our fuel fillers and fuel shut-off valves. Then over here, right after the vessel, is our life buoy and light on the engine bars. The target bar is down obviously in the shed, so you can see it's upside down. Basically anchor light, towing lights, FLIR camera, remote controlled searchlight, triple GPS antennas for various things, a radar reflector and the PA system. Pretty cool. It's a little bit heavy. It's a 2-man operation to push this back up and put the bolts in, and ditto to take it down for going under the bridge or in and out of the shed. Here's our battery oscillators. Top 2 starboard and port engine batteries. Bottom right hand corner is the dash supply. Bottom left hand corner is the parallel switch. Down the bottom is our 2 circuit breakers, which have caught many people out. If they're tripped, you turn the dash on, get no power, and they're not the sort of breaker that's obvious at first glance what's happened to them. You have to actually reset them yourself to find out. Apparently, according to BME, it's caused an issue in many of the boats where people have tripped the breakers without realising it by pushing the red button, and call them up to say, mate, we turned everything on, nothing's working. So the 2 engine switches go clockwise to on, the dash supply goes anti-clockwise to normal, as you can see. Got the arrow on it, it's upside down. The arrow at the bottom is when it's off. So when they're on, the dash display lights up, so I'm going to turn them on now. So here you see the home screen display on the helm. Yeah, systems on day, systems on night, and systems off. Doing a boat check of a morning, or any day. Systems on night turns everything on, including the FLIR camera and most of the lighting system on board, which gives you a chance to go check everything. As you can hear in the background, the FLIR camera is booting up. You can see on the port side here, the radios are on, the Raymarine screen is loading. We'll be back shortly. So just to keep you in the picture, helm station has one 9-inch MFD, 2 Suzuki gauges, engine controls, engine keys, kill switch and start switches, and down the bottom left of the dash is the bilge pump alarm tester and remote control. On the navigator side we have another 9-inch MFD, we have our 27 megs VHF and DCN radio. The microphones are all on the side here with tags on, which we've put on. Down the bottom of the dash is the AIS radio and also the remote controls for the searchlight that's on the target bar. As you can see, the AIS radio is asking for me to accept the fact that it's not got a signal because it's in the shed with no GPS. Not worried about it at the moment. We might just go back to the digital switching system and have a look at what else we've got in the pages options. Engines, helm station. Here we can test the bilge pump. We turn it on, you hear it running, we turn it off. We now have all our interior lights, which you can see the cabin lights, little pretty LEDs here and there glowing in the place. Some up the front there, some behind us on the back deck. All pretty nighttime stuff. It's cool. So we can come in here. On. So now we have lights everywhere. It's good for a test. It means you can wander around in one quick go, just have a look at everything and verify for the checklist that they're all on. Next page is electronics, where you can turn stuff on and off. In the days page, obviously the flare and other things are turned off. And there's a picture of the vessel, a graphic of the vessel with the various lights on. So we can now turn on the anchor light, the towing lights and the response lights, and look what we got. Got this pretty picture. Lights flashing everywhere like crazy. Turn them off, turn them off, turn them off. Okay, and to shut the vessel down at the end of the day. System off. Confirm. And here we go. All of our other displays are now off. We'll just turn our engine ignitions off so that we've seen those. So basically now if I go and turn the batteries off, this display turns off. When it turns back on again with the battery switches, it'll come up to this page. It's a pretty cool system.